So I am on my way to the doctor, guys, and I'm getting nervous. David is meeting me there. I have to stop and write down all my medications because I doubt he's gonna want me to pull them all out of the bag, but I brought them anyway just in case. So I'm literally just across the street. I'm so nervous, and hopefully it's good news. Pull out my long list of questions. Look at this. Long list of questions. Still waiting. The more I wait, the more scared I get. I just keep looking around. I'm so scared. Hey everybody, so it's the next day. I'm on my break at work and I just wanted to update you about my appointment. It was a little frustrating to say the least. It was just craziness. It ended up being like a really long wait, and I heard him say in reference to me, she's like, oh, I thought you were in there with her. He's like, no, that appointment's gonna take a while. So I was like, okay, am I getting the attention that I need? You know, like that would be good. But no, he was like other doctors, and he focused a lot on the weight loss and how I still have more to lose. And he was like very optimistic that I can get pregnant, but he didn't look at me, he didn't do a pap smear or anything. So I was like, you don't even know what's going on. Like, you're just literally just looking at me like any hobo off the street could. You know, so I didn't like that. I guess it's a good thing that he's optimistic, but it's also an annoying thing for me because everyone that I talk to is optimistic and I'm not. You know, people seem to forget that I was married for 4 years and healthy, in shape, nice body, and still could not get pregnant. And because he kept talking about the weight and stuff, I just felt frustrated because I was like, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. It is hormone issues and all kinds of stuff. It has nothing to do with weight. Fat girls have it, skinny girls have it. It has nothing to do with weight. You know, I was skinny and I could not get pregnant. So I hate when people are like, oh, you're young and you just need to lose weight to get pregnant. I'm like, no, that's not the issue here. And then the issue is I've lost, you know, already almost 100 pounds and still not getting pregnant. So I know it's not a weight issue. It's more than that. So he was asking me about the surgery and I was telling him about that, and on that went. He said he had just went to a seminar and asked about getting pregnant, and they said to wait 2 or 3 years after. I was like, I don't have that kind of time. I don't. I was like, in 2 or 3 years, I'm done. Like, my eggs are finito, like gone. And I told him, I was like, I've got a lot of family history, like genetic issues. A lot of people die early in my family. There's diabetes, there's cancer, there's heart and lung issues, knee issues. I was like, I can't be getting up and down out of the floor with a toddler for much longer, so this needs to happen. So he wanted me to go see my surgeon to get clearance because I remember specifically in the papers, because I had the surgery because I wanted to get pregnant and I wanted to be skinny. It said to wait 18 months after the surgery, and currently I am I'm right at like 13 and a half months, I believe. So like I was like, you know, there's no issue like of me waiting anymore. Like the longer I wait, the less my chances are to get pregnant. So I just told him, I was like, I need to do this now. Like, this is my time. I know it. I feel it in my bones. I have to do this. You know, this is, I feel like my last shot before I just give up and I say, you know what, it's not working. Just take everything out. So we talked for a little while. he wants me to go back and see my surgeon. So I call my surgeon. He rescheduled me to go back in 4 months, which would be November 14th. So I called my surgeon after fussing with them back and forth trying to get their ish straight. They then call me back and tell me they don't take my insurance. So I was like, okay, well, I didn't want to go in anyway because I didn't want to pay another copay just to get a note from my doctor to go back and pay another copay to get started. So I was like, I just want a piece of paper. And she's like, well, hold on, airplane. So, I had originally asked my doctor, I was like, can you just, you know, talk to me over the phone or send in a fax or something? And she's like, well, you've only had like one appointment and that was right after your surgery. Why don't you just come on in and we'll talk to you and stuff? And I was like, okay. But then they said they don't take my insurance. So I was like, can you please just fax a letter? Just fax a letter. That's all I'm asking. And because like when they were like confused as to why I was calling in, so I told them, I was like, my OBGYN wants clearance from the surgeon because it's only been a year that I'm, you know, trying to get all this stuff done. Like he wants like clearance so I can take fertility drugs. And she's like, well, we've never heard that before. She's like, you're perfectly fine a year out. She's like, that's just weird that he wants a letter. I was like, I don't know if it's weird or cautious or good or bad or I don't know. I just need it so I can move on. So please, can you just write a letter? So she said she was going to talk to the doctor. He was in office today. And she's supposed to call me with whatever he says. So I don't know at this point. I'm so stressed out. But she said that he most likely would go ahead and write the letter. Like, even if I had to tell him, look, I've lost this much weight, this is my height, you know, this is the surgery date, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. But it's just one of those things where it's just super frustrating. At my doctor's office, they like to play games. And I have another friend who did the surgery with him, another plane, and she also has had issues with that office of like just, you know, just being neglectful. You know, I was telling David afterwards, he saw me like legit freaking out, like I was about to haul off on somebody. But I just told him, I was like, they're there for you 100% of the way before surgery, and then once you have your surgery, it's like they don't care. Like, you're done, on to the next one. So, guys, just please be thinking about me. You guys know, you've been there from the beginning. I want my child. I want my family. I need to have this because I just do. I just do. Nothing else is going to make me happy. And if I don't have it, I just feel like, why continue to live and, you know, always be living with number 2 or number 3, and, you know, it's just not fulfilling. So this is the time. I'm in a good situation in life. Things are looking up. I'm getting healthier. It's time. I could see why I should wait a few months, you know, save some money and get more things together, sure. But at the same time, it's going to take forever to get me pregnant anyway. So I need to start now. I need to be doing what I can now. And in the meantime, just try to enjoy life and live in the moment. But also prepare for the future, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I just really need this person to call me back, which she hasn't yet. And I just need that note. So if I get the note, then I can have it faxed to my doctor, and then I can call the office and try and get them to bump up my date. So I don't know if I should go ahead and keep November and just save from like the next 4 months, just like save and prepare and stuff, or if I should go ahead and bump it up. I feel like I should bump it up, but we'll see what happens. So that's it. That's what happened. I'm really frustrated, really annoyed. And I don't like that people seem to think like every woman should be able to have a baby, and because it's like natural and the thing to do. And it's like, if you can't, people are like, oh, well, you know, think positive and da-da-da. And I'm like, it's not about thinking positive, it's about being realistic. If you have a problem, admit you have a problem, and you know, like if I'm sitting here saying I can have a problem, why can't you say that I have a problem? Like, why can't you acknowledge that and be like, okay, this is your problem. Let's find a solution and let's figure out what we can do to get you better and get you what you want. What's so difficult about that? Like, it's not about thinking positive. It's not about worrying less. It's, at this point, it's a matter of doing. Just doing. Like, and you guys know that's how my personality is anyway. Like, I don't like to waste time. I don't like to procrastinate. If I'm not doing something, it means I'm not being successful at anything. So, maybe it's the Virgo in me. I don't know. I just feel like there's no time for slacking in life. So, speaking of slacking, I'm going to get back to work here in a minute. And I'll keep you guys updated on my journey towards a family, I guess.